Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope that everything is fantastic and wonderful. Last week, Chris asked a simple question, which was favorite summer activities. Do I have any favorite summer activities? And the short answer is I have favorite activities and I do them year round because most of my favorite activities are indoor, right? I like to read. I like to do woodworking. I like to play video games, and I can do that at any time. But I think my absolute favorite kind of fair weather activity is riding my motorcycle. But I don't consider that a summer activity, right? Because I still do that in the winter. There are things that I enjoy doing specifically in the summer. I like to shoot my guns. I have deer hunting rifle. I have squirrel hunting rifles. I have a few pistols, and I do enjoy shooting. And I don't normally do it in the cold. It just kind of it feels a little bit. I don't know. Gloves, everything just sucks in the cold. That being said, when I hunt, if I hunt, I haven't hunted in years, but when I did hunt, it was usually wintertime because I hunted deer or rabbit, and those are both wintertime animals. So it's funny that I only shoot in the summer. I used to do a whole lot of fishing. I fished a lot, but that was also a year-round sport because trout fishing is generally done in the winter. Like the tail end of winter is when the trout season is really at its best. The trout like cold, clear water. But I loved bass fishing, and I loved panfish like sunfish, bluegill, rock bass, those kinds of fish, and those are much more summer-oriented fish. So I would do a lot of fishing. For the last probably 10 years, my favorite summertime activity has been to go camping. The girls loved it. When we used to go as a family, we used to go with a whole group of people, whole group of families that would go. We would rent out like a whole big campground and stay for a week. We didn't get to go to anywhere last year because of the virus, but the summer before last, it was just me and the two girls. We went tent camping at Seneca Rocks here in West Virginia. So I would say camping, but at the same time, I also really like winter camping. Winter camping is a lot cozier and a lot more relaxed and subtle. When I did search and rescue, I was a participant in search and rescue I was an officer in search and rescue in our search and rescue club here. We would do winter camping every year, and I absolutely loved that. There's something just kind of pristine about being in the woods in the snow in the middle of nowhere. So even that I didn't necessarily think was a summer activity. Whitewater kayaking was something that I used to do a lot of, and I guess that one would be closer to a like strictly not even strictly summertime. That one is it's actually better in the fall and in the spring because the flows are higher. There's much more water. The summer everything starts to get dry and everything lowers. But there's a few places close by here within like an hour drive that are dam controlled, and a couple of those places in particular are like that's their entire purpose in life is to have rafters and kayakers on their river, and they have entire little towns built around that. So there is definitely places to go in the summer. It's just much fewer. You can't do some of the more local streams because they get too low. So, I mean, to answer the question, I don't necessarily identify with any of those as being strictly summertime activities. I don't necessarily have anything that I love to do just because it's summer. Um, you know, at being a Four Seasons living in a four seasons climate means that I have adjusted a lot of the things I enjoy doing. I have adjusted to do those things all throughout the year, and I'm used to it. I'm not the kind of person who doesn't go outside when it's wintertime because it's too cold. It doesn't bother me at all. Let's go outside. Let's go play. Let's go hiking. Hiking in the winter is wonderful. I absolutely love it. Fishing in the winter is wonderful. I absolutely love it. So I know that's kind of a non-answer, but I guess the closest thing I could say is the motorcycle. Like, I feel coming up to this time of year, right now we've had 2 weeks worth of rain, and I get tingly because I know that the end of that means that riding season is here. And riding season for me means that I could ride every single day. Rain, shine, snow, doesn't matter. I could ride every day because it's going to stay warm enough for me to ride. And for me, that's about like 35 degrees. I've ridden in the 20s, but a little above freezing is best. For me, it doesn't matter if it's raining, I can ride, right? And so I guess motorcycling would be the thing that is most attractive to me. The only thing that I can attribute to say that this is the one activity I do in the summer and I don't do it any other time of the year is cutting the grass, and I don't necessarily like that. I love cutting grass. I don't like cutting my grass. But if people offered, for me to cut their lawns and they pay me $20, I would love to do that. So maybe cutting grass. No, that's not it. But I would love to hear if you have favorite summertime activities. Are there things that you do strictly during the summer? Let me know about those in the comments because I love hearing from you. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you, Chris, for the question. I just screwed up the ending and now I have no clue what I was supposed to do. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is filibuster. It is a noun meaning making a prolonged speech or using other tactics to delay legislative actions or other important decisions. The room breathed a collective sigh when the senator finally ended his 8-hour filibuster. 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 I also think that the filibuster is the dumbest, just most asinine activity that we allow to continue through some weird procedural loopholes.